And we are live. Sorry, I'm in my studio. I've got generators running. We've been out of power for a week. So I have to sort of hold my phone while I got power to the TV so I can expose these attorney generals. Now, my friends, so far, there's one attorney general out of New York, Letitia James, who has actually investigated these gig companies and has exposed their corruption, their fraud, and to follow through, she sued them for $328 million. Actually more, that's what they settled on. But I want to remind everyone, here in the United States, there's 49 other states. So we're going to have to call out these attorney generals one by one. Why are you fast asleep? Why aren't you investigating these companies for wage theft? Look at New York, $328 million. You don't think it's happening in your state? Or are you sitting there working with lobbyists? I'm going to call you out one by one. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go a step further. On TikTok, I'm going to make a video for each and every single one of these attorney generals, one by one. And the link is going to be beneath my YouTube video. So go to your state. We're going to start with Alabama, Steve Marshall. Now, I'm not going to get political. I don't care a damn if these are Democrats or Republicans or somewhere in between. I don't care. You have that position in your state, use it. Are you okay with millions of gig workers, food delivery drivers, rideshare drivers getting sub your state's minimum wage below that? Are you okay with that? I'm not okay with that. And ladies and gentlemen, it is time we shine the light on these roaches. We have to call out all these roaches, because there's only one person, one lady who had the balls, the ovaries to take this company on. The other ones seem to be fine with all the bait and switch, the sub minimum wage, the wage theft, the tip theft. You all sit by and you complicit. And all I have to ask you is, do you have an army of lobbyists that are approaching you or paying or putting money into your Democratic or your Republican funds? Because you're protecting these companies. Every single one of these states has wage theft. New York so far has been the only one to act. Now let's start with Steve Marshall with Alabama. Right, there you are, my friend. There you are. Actually, not my friend. Get your shit together, Mr. Steve Marshall. If not, remember, you have a lot of people. You have the public and you have the drivers, the gig workers that can vote your dumb ass out because you're not doing anything. You're protecting these companies. You're basically saying, I'm okay with what these corporate companies are doing to the public. And it's not just the drivers, right? It's not just the drivers where wage theft is happening, where tip stealing is happening, where shaving is happening. No, it's also your citizens of Alabama, the riders, that are being screwed and gouged with all these astronomical fees and all of these tag-ons, add-ons, fees, right? You're okay with that. Are you okay with that, Steve Marshall? So I would request that every person who comes across this video, I ask you kindly, go tweet it out, x.com, put it on a Facebook profile, and make your own video. Right? You know who this AG is in your state. If you don't know the person, I'm going to tell you who he is or she is, right? And you're going to have to send a message to them, right? Send a message to them and tell them, listen, New York was able to investigate these gig companies. Why are you fast asleep? So Steve Marshall, please act. Now, next one, Alaska, Treg Taylor. There he is. There's Treg. There we go, Treg. We got the light on you, right? We got the light on Treg. Act. Don't sit by and do nothing. Act. Next one, ladies and gentlemen. This dude here with the swag yellow tie and the bright neon blue shirt. Fainu Lalailu Falifatfatu. He's in the American Samoa. Now, I don't even know if Uber or Lyft drives in the American Samoa. If Uber and Lyft are in your district, act. This chick over here, this lady, what's her name? Kris Mayes from Arizona. There you are. I'm shining the light on that roach over there. You've done nothing. You've done absolutely nothing. Go and look at what Letitia James has done. $328 million that have to be settled with the drivers. Act, lady. Act, Kris Mayes, or you get voted out. Or all four of your asses get voted out. Simple. Next round of AGs. Let's go to the next ones. Arkansas. Look at that dude there. Well, you're representing the American flag. That means you're representing the American people, right? And the people are riders and drivers. Act. Don't sit and do nothing. Don't be okay with the fact that these drivers are getting sub-minimum state wage. Don't be okay with the fact that wage theft, tip stealing, and all of this is taking place in your state. Tim Griffin from Arkansas. And if you are in Arkansas, you reach out to this dude, right? And again, I shine the light on you, Mr. Cockroach, because you've done nothing. Now here, Mr. Colgate, the guy with the Colgate commercial. Dude, your teeth are so damn shiny, or there's some Photoshop shit going on in that one. But Rob Bonta from California, you're in my state. You're in my state, Mr. Smiley. Act, right? Drivers need to shine the light on this AG. Why are you not investigating the companies, the gig companies? And it's not just Uber and Lyft. You need to investigate DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub. They're all doing this. They're all complicit, right? They're not willing to pay. They're not willing to pay the minimum to the drivers. And they sort of, let's look away. Let's look away here. I'm going to tell you something. All of you guys remind me of this guy here, right? Just taking money from those evil corporations, but not protecting the people, not protecting your citizens, not protecting your passengers that get into these cars, not protecting the drivers. That is who you are. And unless you act, I'm sorry, that is how you brand it in our eyes. Now, Mr. Colgate Smile there, Mr. Rob Bonta, get to work. You have a big state. Yeah, we have a lot of fires going on right now. I'm actually making this video. All of this is run by generators. I just dropped $2,000 on 2 generators just so that I could keep the show going, right? You need to get your refrigerator. You need to get the food. SCE, Southern California, Edison, atrocious. Power off for a week. You have to throw away $1,000 worth of food. You can't put any claims in with them. Oh, yeah, because they just don't want to be sued, right? So it's all happening in your state, Mr. Rob Bonta. But the video that I'm making, Mr. Rob Bonta, is for you because you are not acting. You're allowing this nonsense to happen right under your eyes, right under your supervision. People are not getting paid in California, gig workers, and we have to go through wage theft. Thank God, exposed in New York, the only state, all of you attorney generals can look at what the woman did. A female showed you up here in New York. Letitia James slapped these people down. She was not afraid. So why are you afraid? How much money are you taking from these companies? Now, next dude here, this is Phil Weiser. He's from Colorado. You're going to have the link beneath the video. Hit him up. Hit him up saying, dude, what's going on there? Now, Uber and Lyft, as you know, Uber sued Colorado just 2 days ago because they don't want the numbers disclosed. They say, we don't want to be shamed in the public. You can't protect this, dude. You got to expose this type of corruption. So, Mr. Phil Weiser, again, I shine the light on you. Act. And my friends, please get this video viral. Share, share, share. We need to reach every attorney general. Why are 49 out of the 50 fast asleep? You don't want to be woken up? You haven't had your coffee yet? What's your excuse for not acting? The next guy, William Tong. Here we go, William. Lights on you. William Tong from Connecticut. What up, dude? Why are you not investigating these companies for wage theft, tip stealing, etc.? Are you okay with the fact how drivers in your state are treated? Are you okay with the fact how the passengers, the public, the citizens in your state are treated by these companies? They're not just gouging the drivers, they're gouging the riders and the passengers. Passengers should be mad as hell with these individuals. You vote them out. That's the power that you have. You vote their asses out. Next round. Got 2 guys, 2 girls. Let's start off with this chica here. She is from Delaware. Kathy Jennings. Kathy Jennings. What up, girl? You too afraid to investigate the companies for wage theft, for tip stealing? Get to work. Next one. Brian Schwalb, District of Columbia. There he is. Again, got to use my magic torch here and shine the light on these roaches because they're fast asleep. Why did the people vote you in to become Attorney General, Brian Schwab? Why did they vote you in? They voted you in to do your job, not to cozy up to companies. Next chick here. Big smiles, American flag. Ashley Moody, Florida. Wake up, lady. Wach op. Aufwachen. Right? Wake up. Here. Lights on her. So Ashley Moody, get to work. If you want to see how you can file or what type of investigation you can file, look at New York. They led the way. They already exposed $328 million of wage theft and corruption. Why is Florida fast asleep? Wake up, Florida. Now, next one, Georgia. This dude over here, Kris Carr. And all of the information, their websites are below. I'm going to leave the link after the video. Hit them up. Write them. Don't be afraid. Say, hey, New York investigated these gig companies for wage theft. Why are you not doing anything? Why are you not protecting drivers? So Kris Carr, get to work, please. Now, the next four here, we have from Guam. Now, I don't know if Uber or Lyft are in Guam, but if you are, Douglas Moylan is your man. Now, I can't accuse him of doing nothing because I don't even know if the companies are there. So I'm going to tread carefully before I pounce on Douglas. But I tell you who I will pounce on is this chica here, Ann E. Lopez from Hawaii. Hawaii, aloha. What's going on over there, Hawaii? Are we letting the companies off the hook? Do Uber and Lyft get a pass? Like green light, do whatever you want in my state of Hawaii? Come on, chica, wake up. So Mrs. Lopez, get to work. It's unacceptable. It's absolutely unacceptable that 49 states are fast asleep. Next dude here, Idaho, Raúl Labrador. Now, I know Labradors are really sweet dogs. They won't hurt anyone. And maybe, Mr. Labrador, you have the same type of demeanor. Maybe you have the same sweet demeanor as a Labrador, right? What you need to be is a pit bull. What you need to be is a Rottweiler. Yes, so hopefully maybe we can change your last name to Rottweiler, right? Raúl Labrador. Not doing anything. Come on, amigo. Let's get to work. Let's start investigating these damn companies for wage theft, tip stealing, paying under the minimum wage of your state. Get to work, Mr. Labrador. Boo! Get to work. Now, next one, Kwame Raoul from Illinois. Nice tie, nice smile, nice shades. But what are you doing? Nada, niente, nothing. Right, get to work, Kwame. Get to work. Seriously. Start investigating these companies. Or, question for all four of you. Are lobbyists working with you? Are these companies paying you to not, to look away? Do you have monies in your accounts to look away? It's not time to look away. It's time to act for your citizens, for the passengers, the riders, and the drivers, right? This is not normal. In today, you're right, Paul. In today's society, we are normalizing corruption. People don't even realize what's wrong or what's right anymore because they try to muddy the waters, right? There is so much corruption going on, and then they try to distract you over here with bullshit. With crazy bullshit, they try to distract you. Meanwhile, here, they're stealing over here. Very, very well orchestrated distraction campaigns going on right now. So much corruption on both sides. On both sides of the aisle, right? I don't care whether these people are Democrats or Republican. I'm not asking for their political background. What I'm asking them is, are you doing something? Are you actually investigating the corruption? New York led the way. They've a $328 million settlement for 100,000 drivers. You tell me this is not going on in the other 49 states? All four of you. I don't want to accuse this guy. I don't even Uber Lyft drive in his, but all these three guys. I know that Uber and Lyft are in your state. I know that DoorDash is in your state. Get to work. We will vote your asses out, right? We're a lot of people. Citizens need to see this, that these people are fast asleep at the wheel. Next guy here, Todd Ronit from Indiana. There he is. Dude, what's going on? What's going on over there? Why are you not doing anything? Brenna Bird from Iowa. What's going on, lady? Why are you not investigating these companies for wage theft, for tip stealing, for paying drivers under minimum wage? It's a legitimate question that I'm allowed to ask you. We pay your salaries, by the way. Next guy, Kris Kobach. And he is from Kansas. Kris, what the F is going on, dude? I mean, you got a nice, stylish haircut and everything. Good-looking boy, but too afraid to take on the corporations? Legitimate question, right? Next guy, Russell Coleman from Kentucky. Right, Mr. Coleman, what is going on over there? Right, you're the Attorney General of Kentucky. Oh, no, I'm going to look the other way. Oh, I'm just going to pretend I don't know what's going on. Bullshit, man. Vote these people out. Citizens of Kentucky, citizens of Kansas, citizens of Iowa, you have the power to vote these people out. We need people in there that are willing to take on corruption. Not look the other way. Oh, pretending like, oh, nothing's going on over here. Next person from Louisiana, Liz. Where is she? There she is, Liz Murrill. Shining the light on these two roaches here. Aaron Frey from Maine. Why are you not investigating these companies? You know it's happening under your noses, under your eyes. It's happening right in clear sight in front of you. But yet you refuse to do anything. Kickbacks. Eddie says kickbacks. I would not be surprised if these companies wire money into their campaigns. Shh, don't tell anyone what we're doing. My name's Dara Koshashawi, right? My name's Dara Koshashawi. Don't tell anyone what we're doing in your state. We love stealing money. We love money. Screw the citizens. Screw the passengers. Screw the drivers. Nah. We have the power. We have the power to vote your ass out and to vote your ass out, lady. And we'll exercise. Get this video viral. Now this next guy here, who is he? Anthony G. Brown, Maryland. Wake up. Wake up. Listen to your alarm clock. Drink the coffee. Wake up, Maryland. Start investigating what's going on in your state. You can't just like pretend like nothing is going on today and tomorrow and yesterday. Wake up. Shine the light on Maryland, on that roach over there. Next roach, this woman over here. Hey, you're the Attorney General, Andrea Campbell of Massachusetts. Big state. I will guarantee you that Massachusetts has the same type of wage theft as New York. But what's the difference between you and Letitia James? Right? The difference is she took on the big boys. And she got $328 million just wage theft settlement. So, Andrea, tell me, you're not able to do the same? You know Letitia James, guaranteed. But oh, no, I can't do what Letitia did. I can't do it. Yes, you can. Get to fucking work. Next one. Who do we have here? And by the way when these people are on the ballot and up for re-election, maybe some of them have lifetime nominations, right? We vote their asses out. Jose Hernandez in the House. Mindset in the House. Paul Brobeck in the House. Mdia Saeed Hassan in the House. Vasios in the House. Vasios, after the 20th of the month when Trump takes over. My friend, if you think that Trump is going to address the problem, I'm sorry, dude. A lot of these guys are Republicans. Half of these guys are Republicans. Half of these guys are Democrats. They do shit. Democrats and Republicans are doing shit about this. Doesn't matter whether it's Biden or Trump. Both are complicit. You got to understand politics, dude. You think, oh, he's going to come in there and he's going to wave the magic wand and get it. No, he showed in his last term he didn't do anything, and his attorney generals didn't do anything. So don't pretend like he's going to come in there and do things different. No, they're all corrupt. Democrats and Republicans, they're all damn corrupt. None of these guys. Half of these guys are Democrats. Half of these guys are attorney generals. It's the money that they receive from the corporations. If they decide to be in bed with the corporations, if this guy here decides, if Dana Nassel decides from Michigan to be in bed with them, she ain't going to do nothing. If Keith Ellison from Minnesota decides to not do anything, nothing's going to happen. Nothing is going to happen. So we need to hold them. No, Vasios, please. At least we're trying the right way. You had a chance in the first term to do it the right way. Didn't do it the right way. So don't come pretending now, right? We're not playing politics here, Democrats or Republicans. What we're doing is we're exposing attorney generals that are in the Republican and the Democratic Party, and they're doing nothing. They're doing nothing, right? And I'm not singling out Republicans or singling out Democrats. I'm just saying these attorney generals elected by us in their states are not doing anything. Lady here, the blonde lady here, Lynn Fitch of Mississippi. What's going on? Why are you not investigating these companies for wage theft? For bait and switch campaigns? For all these bogus rewards and guarantees that are not getting paid out? Why are you not investigating them for stolen tips? Why are you allowing these astronomical fees for your passengers and your riders in your state? Why are you not protecting your citizens? It's a legitimate question. Vasios, you're playing politics, dude. Don't play politics, right? Don't play politics, right? You say, oh, I agree, but in Chicago. But no, we're calling out everyone. We're calling out Mississippi. We're calling out Minnesota. We're calling out Michigan. Do not play politics here. This is about the issue. This is about the issue that attorney generals in their state who should be investigating fraud, corruption, etc., Democrats and Republicans doing shit. Don't single out Chicago, dude. I'll slap you down very quick. Don't have time for that type of nonsense. National Union, thank you very much. Paul, you get it. You get it. It's time for people to work together, end corruption, and get things on the right path, right? Don't play politics. And even with the fires, nobody should be playing politics. Just get the fires out. People have lost their businesses. I've been without power for a week. My clients, my friends have lost their homes. You can't just say, oh, the governor from Alabama, Tuberville, oh, we're going to withhold aid. Fuck you, governor from Alabama. Right? These are people. These are Republicans and these are Democrats that need help. It's not time to play politics. It's time to get your damn job done. Right? We pay into the system. Correct me if I'm wrong. We pay in business taxes. We pay in personal taxes. We paying house taxes. You have so much money. Who does that money come from? It comes from us Americans. We are paying your salaries. Get the fucking job done. And my message now is to all of these attorney generals, no matter whether you're Democrat or Republican, get the fucking job done. We paying you. Our taxes are paying you. Don't cozy up to corporations and to CEOs. End this corruption. Goes for both sides of the aisle. So we're not here to play little politics here. We're here to get the job done. New York got the job done. $328 million went back to 100,000 drivers. That's real work. Okay, next one. Andrew Bailey in the house. There he is. Andrew Bailey, Missouri. Get to work, right? The next four. Here we got this cowboy here with the hat. Doesn't believe in the suit and tie, which is okay. You're entitled to your own look. Austin Knudsen from Montana. Why are you not investigating the companies, Austin? Simple question, answer me. So the next one, Mike Hilgers, Nebraska. There you are. Mike Hilgers, Nebraska. Get to work. You have the roadmap. $328 million wage theft in New York. You don't think that wage theft is not happening in the state of Nebraska? You don't think that stealing tips is happening in the state of Nebraska? You don't think that the companies are fighting and lobbying you guys to not even have to pay minimum wages? Why are you okay with this, Attorney Generals? Next guy, next up, Aaron D. Ford, Nevada, right? Vegas. This is your boy here. You're going to hit him up. The link is underneath. You're going to contact him and say, hey, start investigating these companies for fraud, for corruption, wage theft, tip stealing. We have the proof. We have endless proof. I got multiple screenshots this morning showing what the rider paid the driver. Driver didn't get the tips. $14 withheld. $14 the company kept. All the proofs, all sent to me. Next dude, John Formella, New Hampshire. There we go. You're a young man. You got a lot to learn. Looks like he's not even in his 40s yet. Looks like he's 30, 40 years old. Wake up, dude. Start working for the people. JVS, both sides are worthless. All of these people 50% of these people are Democrat, 50% of these people are Republican. Yet 99% of them, collectively Democrats and Republican attorney generals, are doing zero, this much, zero, to protect the citizens from these rideshare and food delivery companies. From the abuse, from the stealing, from the fees, from stealing the tips, from stealing wages. I mean, you have $328 million just stolen from 100,000 drivers in New York. Telling me it's not going on in your state? Don't kid yourself. You tell me it's not going on in your state of Nevada? Don't kid yourself. Tell me that it's not going on in your state here of Nebraska? Don't kid yourself, dude. And here, cowboy, Alston, Montana, you don't think it's happening in your state? It's happening right under your noses, ladies and gentlemen. Next round. And here's the difference. Here's the difference. Here's the difference. Here's the difference between one attorney general and 49 other attorney generals. And I would say the same thing if this lady was Republican or Democrat. She happens to be a Democrat. Letitia James. She did not bow and suck up to these companies. She slapped the shit out of them. She cost them $328 million that went back to the drivers. This lady here from New York, right? Do you think that she didn't cozy up to Dara Khosrowshahi or David Risher? No. She said, hey, you owe these people, you owe 100,000 citizens in my state of New York $328 million. Pay up. And the other 49? And the other 49 people? Fast asleep. So, Matthew Platkin. No, there he is. Matthew Platkin from New Jersey. You're right next door. Why don't you go and have lunch with the New York Attorney General? Why don't you have her explain to you exactly how she did it? Next guy here with the purple tie and the perfectly manicured beard and the gel and the hair, right? Raúl Torrez from New Mexico. What up, bro? You giving them a pass there in Albuquerque, right? You're not protecting your Albuquerque drivers. You're not protecting your New Mexico drivers. You're not protecting your citizens that have been gouged by all the fees. You okay with wage theft, Raúl? You okay with tip baiting and all that bullshit? Wake up. Next person over here. Josh Stein, North Carolina. Come on, man. Josh Stein. Shine the light on the roach. Time to wake up. Get this video viral. Get them out. Vote them out, man. If they do not want to work for you. I don't care. Again, I really do not care a continental shit whether these people are Republicans or Democrats. 50% of these people are Democrats. 50% of... No, we're not going to go there. We're going to go, what is their job? If you were voted into power by your people in New Mexico, what is your job? Is it your job to go and have lunches with the lobbyists and take the money? Or is it your job to get the work done and end the corruption? That's who you're supposed to be. That's who you're supposed to be. Next round. North Dakota. North Dakota here. We got Drew Wrigley. Why do you let them wriggle around you? Why do you let them wiggle and wriggle you? Right? Get to work, Mr. Wrigley. Edward Manibusan, Northern Mariana Islands. Now, I can't accuse this guy of anything. I don't even think that Uber and Lyft are on these islands. Does anybody know if Uber and Lyft are in these islands? Notification says, why did you change your username? I didn't change my username. I changed my username? No. Wrong. Next guy here. Dave Yost, Ohio. Dave. Serious question here. Dave, for Dave Yost. Why are you allowing these companies in your state of Ohio to engage in this corruption? Simple question. Simple question. Next one. We have Gentner Drummond from Oklahoma. My friend, are you okay, Gentner? Are you okay with these companies engaging in wage theft, tip stealing, baiting and switching, running false campaigns, screwing over your citizens, your riders, your passengers who use these vehicles, who order the food, screwing them over with all these scrupulous fees? Simple. Duplicate deactivation, you need to file a legal appeal. You have my email below. I'll tell you the steps. Now, we're getting there in the alphabet. This lady here, Ellen Rosenblum from Oregon. Sweet smile. But are you tough enough I'm asking you, Mrs. Rosenblum, are you tough enough to take on these companies? No, she isn't. She's done nothing. Michelle Henry, I ask you the same question from Pennsylvania. Are you tough enough to take on these companies? No. It's easier to look the other way, isn't it, Michelle? Vote her out if she is not representing you as a citizen, as a passenger, as a rider using these companies, as a driver. You are paying the taxes. You're paying this woman's salary. Next up here, Puerto Rico. Now, can anybody tell me, are Uber and Lyft in Puerto Rico? Domingo Emanuele Hernandez. Can't attack him yet because I don't think that the gig companies are in Puerto Rico. Maybe they are. Next guy. Definitely the companies are operating in Rhode Island. Peter F. Nerona. Act. Come on, man. Act. You guys. You lady. You guy over there. Act. Next round. Alan Wilson, South Carolina. And by the way, the link is below. So you can go directly onto his website and say, hey, wage theft happened to the tune of $328 million in New York. What are you doing about it? Have you ever investigated these companies? No, nothing. Nothing. They've done nothing. They're complicit. They're turning the other way. Corporations over you. You are paying the taxes. You're paying their salaries. Marty Jackley from South Dakota. What's up, dude? Look all tough there. But are you tough enough to take on the companies? No, he isn't. This guy here, big smiles, Jonathan Scrametti from Tennessee. I'll ask you the same question. Have you investigated tip stealing? Have you investigated wage theft? Have you looked into why the companies are paying sub-minimum wages in your state? Have you spent any time investigating this, Mr. Jonathan here? Well, one answers. Otherwise, we vote your ass out. Next guy here, Texas, Ken Paxton, Texas. Wake up, Texas. What are you doing? Nothing. I'll guarantee you, it's a big state that makes a lot of money. California, Texas, the biggest money producers, the biggest taxpayers in the entire United States. I'm asking you, Ken Paxton, what the fuck have you done to investigate Uber, Lyft, Uber Eats, DoorDash? Simple question we have for you. Make a video on him. Texas, get the work done. Oh, so Phil Vasquez says Uber is in Puerto Rico. Thank you. So I'm going to go back. I'm not going to give anyone a pass here. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to Puerto Rico. There we go. Hey, I just heard Mr. Domingo Emanuele Hernandez that Uber and Lyft are in Puerto Rico. So the same goes for you. Why are you not investigating wage theft? Why are you not investigating tip stealing? Are you okay that your citizens are being gouged by these companies? It's a simple question I have for you. Now, we roll on to the next four. We're getting there. We're almost done with them. We're almost done calling out all these attorney generals. And again, I do not care rat's ass if you are Democrat or Republican. I care for the fact that you are an attorney general in your state doing nothing, giving these companies a pass. And I'm going to start with you here, Mr. Gordon Rhea from the U.S. Virgin Islands. Anybody know if Uber or Lyft are available on the U.S. Virgin Islands? I would think so. Get to work. This guy here, Sean Reyes from Utah. What up, Utah? What up, Salt Lake City? All the citizens in Salt Lake City and all those other beautiful St. Paul, all those other great cities in Utah, beautiful, stunning state, visited many times. Are you protecting your drivers, Mr. Sean Reyes? Are you protecting your citizens? Or question, do you prefer to protect those corporations? Simple question I have for you. Very simple question I have for Mr. Reyes. Now, Mr. Reyes hasn't looked into wage theft. No. It's time you get to work. Otherwise, the people of Utah will vote your silly ass out. Next one. This ex-former model here, whoever she is. Charity Clark from Vermont. Charity. We are not a charity. We're not a charity doing all the work for your citizens in Vermont. No, it's time you protect them, Charity. It's time you look into wage theft. It's time you look into these companies. Don't give them a hard pass. So as pretty and as sweet as your smile is, get to work. Next dude, next one up. Jason Miyares from Virginia. Shining the light on these roaches, yeah. Shining the light on these roaches. Get to work. Mr. Jason Miyares, I hope that a lot of Virginia drivers click on your profile and send you a message. Get to work, right? You can't just give these companies a hard pass. Here we go, last four. We're down to the last four. I'm literally gone through every state, and the sad thing is that only one attorney general out of all of these 50 names has acted. They probably did not take, their lobbyists probably did not take the money from the lobbyists, because why would New York file $328 million? That's a lot of change, my friends, for 100,000 drivers. New York stood up and said, no, we're not putting up with your shit. We're calling you out on your crap. You engaged in wage theft, Mr. Darryl Koshashawi. You engaged in wage theft. You know what wage theft is? It goes to all the citizens of that state. They stole wages from 100,000 people. You cannot allow that to happen in your state. These guys, all of these guys and girls in the other 49 states, they're looking the other way. That's why you vote their asses out. They're ineffective. They are not doing their job. And I'm going to start with this chica here, Bridget Hill from Wyoming. You're asleep, girl. You need to wake up. Josh Cowell from Wisconsin. What are you doing? Nada, nothing. Right. Next one, Patrick Morrissey from West Virginia. Are you looking into the corruption? No, you're not. You're looking the other way, Mr. Morrissey. Wake up, do your job, or we vote you out. The citizens of West Virginia will vote your silly ass out. Now, I'm giving an example here of the gig world. Now, there's over 20 million people involved in the United States in the gig world. And there's probably another 300 million citizens that have probably somehow, somewhere, hired a gig worker or have taken a trip, have ordered food. Speaking to all of you, these people are not willing to do the hard work and do what attorney generals do. They are not willing to investigate the corruption. It's probably not just rideshare and food delivery companies, probably insurance companies, mortgage companies, you name it. You know why? Because there's an army. There's an army. Let me tell you, Google has an army of 30 lobbyists just active in Washington, D.C. 30 people whining, dining, 69ing, whining, dining, 69ing, whining, dining, 69ing. These people here. Big money, my friends. But are they effective at their job? I say no. You're allowing sub-minimum wages to take place in your state. You're allowing, you're very well aware of tip baiting and switching, false campaigns. You're very, very, very well aware of wage theft to the tune of $328 million in New York. And you're trying to tell me, oh, it's not taking place in my state. Oh no, they're good little boys. They are behaving in my state. They're doing everything by the book. No, they're not. Get the video. Chicago rideshare protest today started at 8 a.m. I gave them a shout out yesterday. Big caravan. I need the videos, Chicago. Send me the videos. We also called out your attorney general in Michigan. Get to work. And in Illinois. Now, the last guy, geez, how can I can't let this guy off the hook here, this nerd. I can't let him off the hook. I almost forgot about him. His name is Bob Ferguson, and where is he in? He's in Washington. It's not Washington, D.C., he's in the state of Washington. So you've passed some good laws there in Washington. You've done some good work, at least. Okay? But you still haven't investigated these companies for wage theft and all of the other corruption that's taking place. So I urge you, Attorney Generals, women and men, if you want to keep your jobs, if you want us, the citizens in your state, to continue paying for your salaries, for your staff, for your team, for your officers, all paid by us, you need to work for us. You need to actually do some work for us, not for these corporations. So you're trying to tell me that a corporation based in California, the state that produces the most taxes in the United States. So you're telling me that a company like Google or Uber or Lyft that's based in California can buy your ass in West Virginia, can buy your ass in Washington, can buy your ass in Wisconsin, can buy your ass in Wyoming? Why can a company in California buy your asses? It's a simple question. And I want people to know that I do believe I know a lot about politics. And I'll tell you why. Because I had a very sweet father who sadly died at the age of 49, but who advised presidents around the world, Gorbachev from Russia, Ronald Reagan from the United States, Helmut Kohl from Germany, Chancellor Brandt, all of these people. He communicated with all of these people, Yasser Arafat, with the Israeli prime minister, with the South African Nelson Mandela, with all of them. He was an advisor. And if you don't try to, you can't tell me that growing up, I was always interested in politics. You had a lot of good politicians back in the day that were ethical. We're missing that today. We're missing these ethics because it's make noise here, distract over here, commit the crimes over here. Those politicians back in the days, and I'm talking 70s and 80s, those were great politicians. And I'm not just talking about the United States. I'm talking throughout Europe, throughout the world. There were actually politicians. And maybe back then, in the 70s and 80s, they were actually attorney generals who did their jobs. But I do know that in the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, there were a lot of lobbyists, and a lot of money was flowing, and a lot of favors were done, and a lot of power was bought. Never changes. But we can make a change. Us drivers can make a change. Us 20 million gig workers can make a change. Us, 300 million people that use these services can make a change. We can hold these fools accountable, both men and women, Democrats and Republicans. We can hold them accountable. Again, all you folks, men and women, you work for us. We pay your salaries. We pay your staff. We pay your expensive rentals in these city centers of Washington, D.C., in Detroit, in LA. We pay the monies through our hard-earned taxes, through our companies, through my company, through her company, through his personal work, through her personal driving, through his food delivery. We are paying the taxes to pay your silly asses. Now it's time for you to go to work for the citizens of the United States. And if you don't want to work, if you don't want to do the job for the American people, very simple, my friends, you vote. You remember his name in your state. You remember his name in your state. You remember her name in your state. And next time around, you vote their silly asses out because they are failing us and they're not doing the work. So correct, Vasilios. In Greece, we didn't have this corruption back then. 100% correct. Right. And I'll tell you, actually, if you want to compare politicians around the world, I would say some of the most ethical, I'm not saying all of them, but most of them, the most ethical politicians are actually throughout Europe. Sweden, Norway, Belgium, Holland. They're out. If they would do any shenanigans or any shit, they'd be out. They're out. Here, the people get away with murder. David Villar says, hey, rideshare professor, I figured out the formula that Lyft uses to get around the 70% ride. So you have my email, David, and then you write it out, right? You got to convince me. Look at me as a judge. Do a rule in your favor and say, yeah, you did a fantastic work. You convinced me that you know the formula, and you back up the formula with screenshots. You back up the formula with numbers. I'm very hard to convince. I have to see all the facts, David, before I make a decision. Right, so if you want a good video, you have to produce the goods. A lot of people just come in and say, oh, this and this is taking place. Okay, do you have the proof? Do you have the proof from the rider? Do you have the proof? Do you have your screenshots? Have you done your calculations? Can you absolutely show that this is taking place? Do you have any dash cam footage? And when the rider said, yeah, I gave this driver $20 through the app. You need to bring the proof. And I appreciate what he says. He says, I'm on it. It means, hey, I'm willing to put the story together so that this channel can make another good video. So, my friends, the website, where all of these guys, where you can look up every single one of these guys, because there is an attorney general in your state. Now, obviously, to my UK friends, my Australia friends, my South African friends, my European friends, whether you're in Amsterdam, the people that just did a massive strike on the 8th of January, these equivalents are in your cities, in your country. Look them up, write to them, and make them act. Now, this website is www, can somebody write that in? N for Nancy, A for Apple, G for giraffe, NAAG.org. .org, and it says find my attorney general. So www.naag for giraffe.org, find my attorney general. So go and find them, write them a letter and say, hey, New York, $328 million of wage theft. How much wage theft are these companies creating in our state? Please look into it. All right, get this video viral. We only have 29 people in the house. I urge the other YouTubers to make the same type of videos. Don't be afraid of these people. Take them on. Call them out. Nothing to be afraid of. We're paying their salaries. They work for us. We don't work for them. They work for us. So please hit the like button. Watch the video, hit the like button, and get it out. Get it viral. Let's get it out so we can actually reach these attorney generals. So this guy here, or this guy here, or this lady here, so they can actually see the video. We're calling them out. Get to work, AGs, attorney generals. Thank you, William. Thank you, everyone. I'm out of here. And thank God the generators are still running all of this. All of this is just run by generators. I just dropped $2,000 in generators because we've been without power for a week. Southern California Edison failed us big time. No power. No bueno. No power in California. So hit me up, my friends. I appreciate you all. Give thanks. You guys have a good one. Stay safe, everyone. Take care.